Welcome to Conversations on Reference. This is your weekly podcast on libraries and librarianship. My name is Simon Aristeguieta. This week, we're going to talk about why it's so important for everybody who is a professional in librarianship, for a librarian, to attend professional conferences. And it also applies, of course, for students who are doing the MSLS and for professors alike. So there are many good things that will come from attending a professional conference. There are, of course, international conferences, there are national conferences, and there are state conferences. I myself go to every state conference in my home state every year, which is Pennsylvania. So I will go to the ALA conference, the PALA, and also the school library conference here in Pennsylvania. When I can and I have the funding, I will attend at least. I don't go every year, but I try to go maybe every 2 or 3 years. So my recommendation is that if you are a professional in librarianship, or if you are getting your master's in library and information science, is to attend your state or regional conference. It is very important, and there are many reasons why. First, of course, is you get to meet other professionals in your field, people who are working in libraries and who are doing research in libraries, and vendors. They promote a lot of products there. So networking opportunities, it's the key, okay? You want to build relationships with your peers. They may work in libraries, they may work in information agencies, they work in schools, they work at universities, and then you meet professors too who are doing research in librarianship, other librarians who are doing research too, and of course you meet vendors that work in the industry, in the library industry. So networking, building those relationships, that will lead you to new opportunities in terms of career, in terms of new projects that you can work with or on, collaboration, and so you will get to know your peers. So that's the first one, networking opportunities. I think that open up the professional field. And of course, once you make relationships, then you will enjoy also, as from the recreational point of view, to have those relationships and to meet them like once a year. So there is a lot of benefits in terms of relating face-to-face to people that you may know only by email or that you have read about them and so on. I think there's a lot of benefit in having those face-to-face relationships. Another outcome that you will have by attending conferences is to see what's going on in your field, what's the state of the art in your field, in your area, okay, in your specialty. So if you go to a conference, you can attend like a poster session, poster presentations, you can listen to keynote speakers, and so on, and you will be able to see what other peers in your profession are doing to advance the knowledge and practice of librarianship. So that's in itself is a very good thing, because you want to be up to date. You just don't learn everything in library school, and you don't learn everything if you're just reading books or even peer-reviewed journal papers. You want to see the state of the art in your profession, and the place to see that happening is in the professional conference. The other thing that is very important, and I always do emphasize this with my students, is that you have an opportunity to talk to your peers about what you are doing in your library. and on the library practices and what you are researching on if you have interest in researching too. So that will allow you to get feedback from your peers, okay? So, and that is also very important because some of your peers there may have the same issues, the same situations, the same interests, and just sit down with them and talk to them and tell them, what you're facing in the library, what they are facing in the library, what kind of research you want to do, what new programs, services, and collections you're planning to develop and to deploy in your library. So that provides that professional feedback from others who are in your field. And that makes a huge difference too. For professional development, that's another reason. You attend those presentations, paper presentations, research presentations, practical presentations, and that's part of your professional development because that will, of course, make you a better librarian. You would learn skills. You can ask questions. You will understand what is going on in your field. You will understand about research. What are they researching? That will keep you up to date of what is going on in our field. So that's also very, very important. I don't think there is one thing more important than the other. Everything that I'm telling you, it's really crucial for us as professionals. You, as you meet other people, and if you present your work, of course, that will provide more opportunities for networking and improve your impact in the field and your visibility. So that's part of your career as a professional. You want to be advancing in your career. As I said, you will meet not only other librarians, but you will meet people from industry and vendors who are testing new products that you may need in your library in the future. So making those relationships, it's very important for your career because the whole idea about having a professional career is to advance in your career. Depending on your goals as a professional librarian, you may either become a library director or you may become a head of any of the services or programs that the library have. Or you may even have plans in the future to move to larger systems. So all of that is possible. And when you meet other peers, when you make those relationships, when you do networks. So career advancement is one of the main reasons why you want to go to those conferences. You will also have opportunities to do research and become part of research of a research group. You also will have the chance to become part of a social media group of your interest, and you will meet. And if you already are, you will meet them face to face. You can also participate in the conference as in committees. And that's the key too, because that's part of networking, that's part of career advancement, that's part of learning new skills and sharing your own skills with others. So you go to the conference not only to learn from others, but also to show and to show and disseminate what you're doing in your library that can benefit other libraries. So that's a great thing. So networking that may lead to opportunities to do research, publication. It leads to opportunities to belong to a group, a discussion group on social media and so on. So that's part of your career advancement. Also, when you talk about your experiences in libraries and the issues you're facing, that will provide you with motivation and inspiration to become a better librarian, to see how others have faced similar issues and how they have overcome those issues. So learning from the others, but also providing and disseminating your own experience, enrich that circle, that professional circle, that professional domain. I think going to conferences is as crucial and important as it is going to library school. As I said at the beginning of today's session, of today's podcast, we learn a lot of things in library school, right? When we do our master's degree. And we expect that what the skills that we're getting with our education, we can transfer them to the daily job, to the professional job. But education doesn't end there. That I would claim that that's the beginning of your career. That's the beginning of your education. Now you have theoretical tools. Now you have skills, practical skills, but they have to grow, and you have to hone those skills. And the one way to do it, or in my opinion, maybe the best way to do it, of course, is by attending professional conferences. Because it's also a winning situation in terms of your career, in terms of your relationships, in terms of learning from others, and also you helping others to learn from your experience. It's a motivation and inspiration to hear other stories, and you can, of course, and you can talk about your experiences and about your career. It opens new doors for collaboration. It opens new doors for your career advancement. It helps you to see what the state of your profession is. You get to meet people like you, people with the same interest. You can work in, and I'm assuming that you are already a member of ALA, of your state chapter. And so you can participate as an organizer, work on committees in your association, in your library association. You get to meet people, get to meet cool people, and there are other activities too. I haven't talked about the recreational activities that happen during a conference. So you stay 2 or 3 days with your peers there, and you will have a lot of fun too. So we have to make an effort to attend those conferences. Of course, one of the constraints or limitations is that conference they are expensive to attend. So we have to talk to our board, to our library board, or to our library system, and explain why it's so important for all the professionals, librarians, to attend those conferences. And there are also grants that you can get for attending conferences. It will be ideal, and if you could attend like international conferences and visit other places. In my case, I have never been able to do that, but I would like to go to IFLA, for example, which is the International Association of Libraries. I have never been able to attend to one of those conferences, but not because I don't want to, it's because I don't have the funding. So I make a point of getting, even saving my own money and trying to get funding to attend my state and regional conference. One conference that I also have not attended is the ALA conference. And I want to go to an ALA. And when I was ready to go, it was in 2020, and that's when COVID happened, and I couldn't go. So I'm still waiting for my next opportunity so I can go to an American Library Association conference. I haven't done it yet, but I wanted to do it. So my recommendation is from the very beginning, when you enter library school, start attending your state, regional, local, and national conferences. Talk to your at the university if you are still a student. They do offer grants for you to attend professional conferences. You can put together a poster. There's always in every conference there is what they call the work in progress poster. So it doesn't have to be a full finished product. It can be a research that you are carrying out, or even a research proposal. And you can do that, you can present that in a conference, and you will get funding from your university to present that. And in that presentation, in the poster presentation, you will have other peers, other professors, other researchers stopping there and ask you questions, and that will and they will provide feedback on how to improve your research. And that's a great experience too, because you practice uh, the communication that happens among professionals. Okay, and if you are a new student, that's going to take you very far in your career. So doing like a poster presentation, it is great for your CV too. By the time you finish library school and you want to get a job, that could make a difference right there. Okay, so make a point of doing a poster presentation and apply at your university for funding to go to present that poster. You can work with professors, with your professors in your school, and I'm sure they will help you and they will lead you to have a product that you can present in a conference. If you're already working in a library, even if it is a small rural library like the one we have here in our town, make a point to talk to your library board and say, I need funding to go to a conference because it will make our library better. Because I'm going to go there and see what is going on in other libraries. And also, I would like to share my experiences with my peers from other libraries. I want to meet other librarians and see how they're doing in their library. I want to meet with vendors. I want to see what funding opportunities are out there. And will bring that back, that knowledge, that new acquired knowledge. You will bring back to your own library. So there are many positive elements in attending conferences. The only limitation that I see, the only negative, of course, is that you need the money to attend the library, because you will have to pay for your transportation, your hotel, and other expenses. But there is funding out there for you to do that activity. So my advice for new students, for students who are in the middle of your master's or are ending, and for professionals already working in libraries and information agencies, is that you make an effort to go at least once a year or once every 2 years to your state conference. And when I teach my classes, this is something that I always make emphasis in. And some students don't see how important this is. So I always do a small talk like I'm doing in this podcast to show, the advantages of participating in your conferences. Later, maybe in future podcasts, we also will do a podcast on why it's so important to be an active part of your association, of the American Library Association, and of your state association too. And not and so we'll talk more in depth about that too, because we have to participate in our professional organizations, because that makes us stronger. Okay, and you will be find funding too there once you actively participate and you become an officer of your association. They will help you to get to the conferences too. So we, as a group, as a professional group, we have to be hand by hand. We have to do our networking. We have to be a group that advance our profession. Okay, thank you for listening this week to your podcast, Conversations on Reference. I'll see you next week, or we'll talk next week. I'm sorry. My name is Simon Aristeguieta. Thank you so much.